How you doing, friend?
I'm fine. How are you?
I can't complain at all. Friend, can you give the people your name and pronouns, please?
My name is LJ. I am they, them, and my Palmer.
Shout out, Palmer. I call him Palmer, but y'all not allowed to call LJ that. Y'all call LJ LJ. How old are you, friend, and where are you located?
I am, excuse me, I'm 36 and I live in Ohio.
Give us your zodiac or your B-day.
I am a Capricorn and my birthday is December 24th.
You gave us they them pronouns. Does that mean you identify as non-binary?
Yeah, but I'm one of those people who really don't care what you say. Like, if you're like, oh, hey, girl, I'm like, hey,
Sexual orientation. Do you identify
um,
with the rainbow regarding that?
yeah, yeah, I'm lesbian.
Ow. Hey. What do you do for a living, LJ?
I work for a clean energy company, and I co-own a online boutique with my two best friends.
Work out, work out.
So shout out to luxuryandsilhouette.com. Y'all go check that out.
Why would you say that you're single?
Because I'm a Capricorn. I'm gonna blame it on the zodiac sign because I think that with the last relationship that I had, it was. I found out that me dating another Capricorn is just if it was a December Capricorn, we'd probably be okay. But it was a January Capricorn, and they're weird. I don't do weird very well.
Weird how? What would you consider weird?
Weird. Well, I guess I will say just this particular individual was more so just it was giving. I guess like whatever she had went through in her life or whatever, it was just she had a lot of things that she needed to handle, and for her to get into a relationship without, I guess, going through her healing journey. So she moved to Atlanta,
Just,
and we talked for about, huh?
just randomly?
Yeah. And then like we talked for like 2 weeks. I don't like long distance because the whole first part of our relationship, we were up underneath each other all the time. And I'm a cuddle person. I'm a cuddle bug. So, and then afterwards, it was just more so, we broke up after 2 weeks, and then 6 months later, like she hit me up and she came back to Ohio. And so I let her move into my place because I had two bedrooms,
You said 6 weeks or 6 months?
6 months.
Okay.
But I think, like, I mean, well, she had another relationship while she was there and after we broke up. So I was just like, okay, because I wasn't expecting anything when she moved back because I had a second bedroom.
Within 6 months of her moving to a new city, she had a new relationship and a breakup and was back.
Yes. So that should have been a red flag for me. But yeah, I was young and dumb.
Jesus be a Prozac.
But I didn't even know that she was living house to house and living in her car and bounce. I'm like, girl, when did all this happen? Like, why were you not independent at all?
This is why no more lesbians on the show with bad exes because they're making women look bad.
I'm trying.
I'm joking.
I know. But I mean, this is about 2 years ago. So I've been single for 2 years because I'm like, if I had to deal with something like that, I don't want it. I'm toxic. I smoke cigarettes. I'm toxic, and I ain't got no weed today, so because I'm dry.
Baby, you is allowed to do whatever you like. Was that your longest relationship so far?
That was the last.
Okay, how long was your longest relationship?
No, the longest was 4 years. 4 or 5 years, something like that. 4 or 5 years. But I got a dog out of this last one though, because we broke up, and the first thing I said to her is like, "Can I keep the dog? Or do you have somewhere to stay?" So that may be my toxic trait. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. I'm straight to the point.
Okay.
Yeah. And it could probably be like, the delivery or the execution on how I say it. I could be a little nicer.
Oh, what is your biggest strength?
Um, Knowing my love languages, affection. I would. That's touch, but gifts. I
Yeah.
like to. I like to give gifts.
Okay. You want to know what's funny? It seems like the crazy people gravitate toward those that like to give gifts. Have you noticed that?
I think it's all. I think it's all like. I think it's to see what they can get out of that person. When I do actually get in a relationship, I'm very honest. I talk about a lot of things, and because I'm a life coach, a lot of people don't realize that when I talk to them, I'm listening, and I listen to what you need, and I make sure that I get it or I do it. And most people can't handle that.
I think there's a real, genuine correlation. I think that a lot of people who have trouble, or the average person who has trouble managing their mental health, is going to be the same person who has trouble maintaining a job. Do you think that you're ready for love now, Frank?
Um, I know that I am deserving of love now, because I had to go through a whole. After that, it was a 4 year relationship. I had to go through a whole new re-healing and all of that, because finding out that someone doesn't love you afterwards does really affect you,
Hmm.
and so you will start to um, categorize everybody in those same attributes that you see. So I had to learn to reevaluate and re-love myself in order to find out that I am deserving of love, but not everybody is deserving of my love.
Um,
I talk to people, but then this girl, I'm 36, right? So of course, I have a career, I have a business, I have all this stuff, and the last girl that I was talking to was confused because I had furniture.
red flag. Flag.
Cause she lives at home with her parents.
Oh, Lord, how old was she, Frank?
36. Lived at home with her parents, her mom, her brother, sister, and the ex-girlfriend.
Friend, it's sounding real projects out in Ohio.
Girl, this child lived in New York. And I shouldn't have, you know what? I shouldn't have, can I cuss? Because I should have never fucked her. And I'll say that because I shouldn't have did that. That's another thing. I should have never had sex with that child because I had to block her because it wasn't stopping.
Friend, you do it like that, friend, where you got to block people afterwards and shit.
I had to like
Child, it,
it just got weird.
in your future, what do you think the ideal person would look like at this point?
It's it was super funny because my mom just left and she was like, do you still have that dream? And I'm like, what dream? And she was like, the redhead boy with blue eyes and freckles. And I said, yes. She was like, well, you better find him because we need some grandkids. And I'm like, no, seriously, this happened. I was like maybe 11 years old, and this same reoccurring dream that I have, I'm married to this white man with red hair, freckles, and I had 2 kids, Daquan and Stephanie, and I don't know where the hell this came from. And it's the same dream I've had since I was 11. And so my mom asked me if I had the same dream, and I'm like, yeah, it comes around every once in a while. So she's like, mm-hmm. So when you gonna stop playing with these little girls then? I'm like,
I don't mean to cut you off. Let you know that some of us women are capable of helping you achieve that.
some of that red hair and the little freckle.
I don't know about her, but I know some
Not as sure.
men are already not needed in our society, honey.
That's what I know. So, but my ideal date, I mean, my ideal woman would probably be a very educated woman, at least a little past 36, because these 36 is getting ghetto. But it would be an educated woman, probably within my age bracket. But I just, I don't know. I'm not one of those people that look for looks.
Are you genuinely open to kids though? You mentioned kids. Are you genuinely open to kids?
Yes. If we made a decision together to have children, yes.
Would
But
would you carry?
yeah,
Okay.
hmm
That's
I
that
definitely would because I'm my mother's only child, so she's been beating my head in to have a grandchild.
I do.
Not Raggedy Ann. I'm not reading these comments, Jonathan.
And on top of that, I kikied about the whole idea that yes, trans women in lesbian relationships, lesbian marriages, those relationships can have babies. Would you potentially be open to dating a trans woman? Have you ever dated anyone trans?
No, but my biggest crush is RuPaul. I would date a drag queen or a trans woman. I would.
Is
Of course. I mean, I have a child,
you
and
you have a kid, friend?
I it's a puppy. He's 3 years old, and we have the same birthday.
Would you consider yourself more dominant or submissive in relationships and romantic situations?
I am dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dominant. I mean, and the funny thing is, like, I'm very feminine, but I'm dominant. You
Night in.
should have saw when I put on some leggings today for the first time. My mom left some leggings at my house, so I put them on today, and I said, "Oh, Mom, you see this? You see this? Yeah, girl." You know,
Would you prefer a night in or a night out?
a night in. I'm a homebody, so I'm definitely a homebody. I've always been a homebody, so the pandemic did not bother me whatsoever.
Willing to relocate for love, friend, or do they have to be in Ohio?
They no, I'm sorry. I can't do it no more. I already left. Like I left for 18 months. I left Ohio and went to Georgia for 18 months, and that relationship I was telling you about just went to the left, and I was just like, all right, cool, and I ended up coming right back home.
I ain't
But I
mad.
mean, I mean, I have a car, so well, I have a truck, so I travel.
But they gonna have to be open to relocating because it sounds like you comfortable out in the Midwest, friend.
Oh yeah, Midwest is where it's at, definitely. But I used to go to New York all the time. I used to live in New York, New Jersey, Delaware. So
Okay,
I have relocated for love most a lot.
okay.
If it's gonna be real, then we definitely coming here. My whole family's here. You know, I want them to get a chance to meet you, type thing, and all that.
We from these big urban cities out here, and growing up, we always get the impression that the Midwest ain't nothing but cornfields and lynching niggas. So we be scared a little bit.
You ain't wrong, but I mean, Ohio has a lot to offer. I mean, I don't know what they got to offer, but
It's
I
just
mean, Ohio's not scary. I mean, not the fact that we already by January 5th of this year already had 101 deaths due to murder. So, yeah. So it's not that scary. And I used to live in Baltimore too. I was in fifth grade there. And it was a Christian school,
mm-mm.
fifth grade.
I love you, friend. Thanks for coming on.
Love you too. Mwah.